Hey guys, welcome to my Geek Rant. So today I'm going to be talking about Marvel's Star Wars #6, which is a very big comic book that everybody's talking about. I'm a little bit late on it because of that project that I'm doing that I'm not going to reveal quite yet, and some other things going on. But yes, this comic I definitely enjoyed, but I did have some issues with it. Oh, by the way, before I go forward, this is a spoiler review, so if you don't want to know anything about the comic book, leave. But yes, the first bit of the comic, of course, was the fight between Boba Fett and Luke Skywalker, which I'm fine with as a, just on the basis of it, but I don't like how well Luke is doing with so little training. This is only happening maybe a few weeks after A New Hope, and we've seen him hack through stormtroopers on a speeder bike, and now we see him contending with the best bounty hunter in the galaxy. Yes, he's a prodigy. He's like the son of Anakin Skywalker, but he should not be this good without training. Granted, the fight with Boba Fett was kind of with R2. Like, R2 helped a lot in that fight, but still, I think Luke did a little bit too well against a bounty hunter who's feared amongst even other Jedi Knights and things like that. At least in the Legends canon, he was feared by Jedi Knights, and he had many Jedi kills under his belt. Also, within the fight, Luke mentions that Boba Fett's armor is very noisy, which I thought was kind of weird. It would be a large oversight for a bounty hunter to have noisy armor. You would think it would be very stealthy, so people can't hear him coming up to assassinate him or assassinate them. But yeah, I had small issues with it. I still was cool with it. I liked how Luke's arc ended, of course. He finally received Ben Kenobi's journal, which I'm glad to see come from the Legends canon. I'm glad to see that back, because it would make sense for Luke being able to train if he had something to learn from, rather than just having experience from nothing, really. There's no one there to teach him. Until, of course, Empire Strikes Back and Yoda, of course. The comic also covers some bits with Han and Leia, who are stranded on this planet that Han used to use while he smuggled. I felt that most of their story was filler. Even their ending, which I'll talk about, of course, is... it also felt like, it was a cliffhanger and nothing really came of it until, of course, the next comic. But I feel like their bits were meh. Of course, I enjoyed their little interplay and their dialogue and how, they're having their sexual tension or whatever. But I was more interested in seeing what was going on with Luke than what Han and Leia are getting into. But yes, of course, there was the big reveal that there is a new character called Sana Solo, who is apparently wife to Han Solo, which is kind of interesting. I actually have a big theory about Sana Solo and how she might integrate into The Force Awakens, which I might do in a different video, just because I think that deserves a whole video of in itself. But yeah, people are wondering if she's actually his wife. What I think is that maybe there was some sort of arranged marriage, or maybe Han was on a planet where he had to marry this person to get it out of the situation or something like that. Or maybe they had like a Vegas wedding where they just, they were drunk or something on a planet and they just got married and hitched or whatever. But yeah, of course, in the next comic, we'll get some sort of reveal of who that is. But I think she is legitimately a Solo. I think they are actually married, especially with Han's reaction. He's like, "Oh no, we have to leave," and he's like, "Oh gosh." Yeah, I think they are actually married, but the context of which they are in a marriage, I think, will be more revealing or more telling of what's going on with that. But it didn't bother me or anything like that. I'm fine with it being revealed that Han has some sort of wife on the side or whatever. It kind of makes sense for his character. He gets into a lot of trouble, marriage being one of those it could possibly be. And of course, we end off the comic with Darth Vader finally figuring out who the rebel pilot was who destroyed the Death Star, Luke Skywalker. I'm going to talk about that more in my Darth Vader 6 review, so be sure to see that. I'm going to save that discussion for that video. Until then, and of course, peace, love, and may the Force be with you. Always.
Luke's open and calm mind allowed for a more adaptable fighting style, while Anakin's reliance on talent and aggression was a bit more rigid. No, why are you mowing your lawn right now? I'm recording a Let's Play.